Hey everybody, you're on location with a geek. I'm Mark, aka the Little Black Dude. Whenever you have a chance to find something interesting that your friends do, you always want to talk about it. Personally, I have some pretty cool friends that do some pretty cool stuff. For example, this shirt that I'm wearing came from my good friend David Valle. He's one of my dojo brothers. We've known each other for, 10 years? It's been a very long time, and he's been making shirts and making prints for people for a few years now. So we'll have some conversation with him and see what else we can find out. David, it's good to be here with you. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Good to see you, man. It's been since the last Kampai ceremony that we've been at. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been too long, definitely.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to learning more about you. Okay, so first of all, how long have you been doing screen printing?
I've been doing screen printing since I was in high school. About, I want to say 2006. I was doing it mainly at my high school.
Okay.
I've been doing fabric painting and stuff like that for years. Doing people's karate gis with the Goju embryo. I've been doing other stuff for myself. And when I got enrolled in my high school in Burlington, they told me that they've made shirts for countless people. They've had students make shirts for themselves. And I was like, wait, make shirts? How do you do that? And they showed me to the graphic arts room. I remember my first project really was the New Jersey Black Belt logo.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, that was my first project, and I started doing it from there. Well, I just picked it back up when I started joining a particular group called the Aikyokai. I started doing I would like to call it a ghetto type silk screening, where with stencils, and I had to tape certain things inside the stencil so it could turn into the kanji or words or logo itself.
Oh, very cool.
So I started doing that, and I started doing it with the roller and the fabric paint and my piece of fabric that would convert that to a patch. I called them fratches, fabric and a patch.
Oh, cool.
I got into something called easy screen print, and it's something with the same type of process as silk screening, but you got the screen sheet, not the whole wooden frame, which I'll show you.
Okay.
But they would put that in a light, and I had a light with a cut-up white belt, so it measures for inches. Put the thing under, and it took me a bunch of tries. My inspirational person actually is my mother, who told me never to give up the process, because I've had so many failures, trials and errors, and it gave me a headache to doing that. So when I started doing it, I was like, wow, I'm getting the thing, I'm getting the process, but it was a big hassle ordering it, and then my package be in the mail and all that. So I was like, I need to get into the old ways of doing screen printing. So that's when I went to Philadelphia. I saw this art store, so I was like, just for the heck of it, let me go in. So I went in, and I asked the guy, I was like, yo, do you sell screen printing material? And he showed me to the shelf and said, yeah, we sell a whole bunch of it. So I was like, I'll be back. And I went back, started buying emulsions, screens, you name it, and that's how I got to what I'm at right now.
So when you're making, say, a T-shirt, what kind of equipment do you use? What kind of things are you using when you're making a shirt specifically?
Well, you need basically a screen with a mesh fabric. You would need ink of the color of your choice, or inks of the color of your choice. You're gonna need a heating lamp to burn your screen, scoop coater to put all the emulsion in, and that's another next thing you're gonna need is the emulsion, so that way it can dry and work as the screen when you go to taking it to your to your lamp. So, and also you're gonna need a squeegee to put all the ink through.
Okay, and you're gonna show us all of that, right?
Oh, yes.
All right. When you started making shirts, was there anyone in particular that you had in mind when you started making shirts? Like you wanted to do prints for different martial arts schools, or you wanted to do things for people in the community? Was there anything in particular you had in mind?
When I first got back in it, I can confess this was for the martial artists. And the reason is because I remember going out there, I really wanted some of the stuff. Like I wanted a shirt that had my organization on it. I wanted a shirt with the logos on it, but it took a bunch of money to digitize an image, to make the screen, to do all this stuff. So I was like, you know what? If I do this stuff, I can do what I please with it. So I started doing it for the martial arts schools, and I've done stuff for P.L. Burnett's Karate School. I've done stuff for New Jersey Black Belt Association with Larry Kanofsky in Pennsylvania. What's up, Larry? What's up, man? Much love to you and the family.
That's our brother.
Yep. I started doing stuff for the Aikyokai. What's up, Malik? I started doing stuff for Escape Capoeira, Maestro del Tour. I started doing a whole bunch of other stuff for other people, like even Alimon, what's up, Alimon, in Roanoke, Virginia. So I started doing a lot of stuff for a lot of different martial artists.
All right. So what is it that you're doing here, David?
I'm taking the emulsion out. This is the stuff I said that you need for when it dries, it can go under the lamp, and it's gonna start out a certain color, but it's gonna change another color when it hits the light. So I'm gonna put it in here. This is a scoop coater. This is an even type of coat that you're going to need. Instead of using a squeegee or anything else, you're going to need an even good amount of coat. Okay, now I'm gonna put this down, and I'm gonna put this in a dark room.
Okay.
So I can. And those two stubs right there, you're gonna need those, because if you put it on the floor, yeah, you're done. Meaning the emulsion's gonna splat all over the floor. And I'm gonna take that and put it in there till it dries. I did 2 screens, so that was the first one you saw. So what's going to happen is I'm going to open this door, take this out. Yeah. So the other one's in there is, there's ways you can dry these things with a hair dryer, not a heat gun, because the heat gun will melt the thing away. I'm going to get my screen. My transparency. Yeah, we're going to keep it there, stay geek and proud, you know what I'm saying? Now, what we do here is we're not going to put it right here like so, where you can read this stuff. You're going to reverse it.
Okay.
Reason being is that I need this, the inkwell side. If you put it in the way you're reading it, it'll come out reverse.
I see.
Okay, now we see it. Now I'm gonna just do this, the emulsion, to agitate it a little bit. Yeah, I'm not a DJ. Now. We're gonna cook this thing now, and no, not put it in the stove, and now we're going to cook it. Basically, when I touch it, or when anybody else touches, it's like a slimy type. It's like touching Slimer from the Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Basically, so I'm gonna get some wooden planks, put them under, and turn on the light. Now, let there be light. This is a spray adhesive right here. We're gonna put, and the shirt will, not move. Hours later. Okay. I'm going to spray this, but I'm not going to put a shirt on immediately. I'm going to leave it on for about 20-30 seconds. And then I'm going to put a shirt on there. Yeah, because I can put 2 on here, because, one's going to be mine,
Makes sense.
Yeah, you know. I might even go to this year's Camden Comic-Con at Rutgers University.
Rock!
Yes, with the shirts on, you know. So if anybody's from the Camden or the Philadelphia area,
Come see us, baby.
Yeah, come see us. Free. Oh wow. Free. Okay. That's good. Now I cannot put no type of fold, crease, or nothing, cause yeah. Yeah, this is why Mark likes me so much, because I'm really crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Okay, there's two things I'm gonna need much else. I mean, I got my inks. There's this little buddy right here. This is my first buddy right here. Always take care of your tools too. You know, it's my very first buddy right here. Dry this out first, and then I'm gonna switch screens, and we're going to go with the other ink. Now the other ink is something I like, and it, you know, stands out in raves and all this stuff. Hey, maybe you go to Otakon and you know, they have a rave.
Yep.
Glow in the dark ink.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I'm finished with the whole process. That's the whole process of doing a shirt. Now this is my final product right here.
Oh, isn't that just lovely? I think that's gonna look good on me.
Yeah.
Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching this video about David's process for making a silkscreen shirt. I really appreciate him giving me the chance to come by. Is there anything else you want to say, Dave?
Yeah, there is one thing. As you know, this shirt's for you. You know what I'm saying? Thanks a lot for, checking me out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, it was really cool to fight with this guy when I was coming up into martial arts as a child. Yeah, for green, for purple, on up. Because this guy will never let me slack off, no matter how many times I tried to escape him and how many times I tried to go around the people to avoid fighting him. He would be like, well, no, Dave, you fight me.
That's how we do in Goju.
Yeah, so, yeah, man. I mean, also, thanks for being there as a friend.
Absolutely.
He's one of the people I told I'm having a son, and he was just like, what? Wow.
I was really excited when I heard about Sebastian, definitely.
Oh, yeah. So, that's all I gotta say.
All right. Well, once again, thank you for watching this video. This is the Little Black Dude, and until next time, stay geek and proud! Woo!